A super hacker suddenly breached New London's power grid. With just a few lines of code, the entire city's electricity system collapsed in seconds. Before this attack, London had already been placed under the highest security alert in history. Special agents flooded Buckingham Palace, and fighter jets patrolled the skies above. All of this was to ensure the Prime Minister's funeral could proceed safely. World leaders from across the globe were attending, including the US President, the Canadian Prime Minister, the Japanese Prime Minister, and the Presidents of Italy and France. Crowds filled the streets around Buckingham Palace. The American President arrived first, followed by the Canadian Prime Minister. During routine security checks, a disguised operative secretly attached a timed explosive beneath a vehicle and signaled for it to pass through. Moments later, the hacker detonated the device. The first target was eliminated. Next, a police vehicle packed with explosives entered the emergency lane of a major bridge. At the same time, traffic on the main roadway was deliberately jammed. The Japanese Prime Minister's motorcade was trapped in the gridlock. Two massive explosions tore through the bridge. In just seconds, the entire structure collapsed into chaos. Seeing the destroyed bridge in the distance, authorities finally realized the scale of the attack. Another VIP attempted to escape by water, but the hacker had already prepared several tons of explosives for that route. This massive coordinated assault caught security forces completely off guard. Meanwhile, Buckingham Palace was attacked again. Terrorists disguised as police officers stormed the perimeter. Before guards could react, they were taken down, and the entire security line collapsed. As the situation worsened, Agent Mike immediately called for backup and evacuated the US president, but the attackers refused to let them escape. A high-speed pursuit began. Despite desperate driving, the enemy vehicles kept closing in. Mike ordered an emergency brake maneuver that forced one attacker to crash, but the danger was far from over. Heavy gunfire rained down on their armored vehicle. Even bulletproof glass couldn't withstand the relentless assault. Seeing the risk, Mike fought to regain control and successfully delivered the president to a temporary extraction point. Afterward, analysts realized something disturbing. An operation of this scale would take years to plan. Even more alarming, the president's visit schedule had been confidential, yet the attackers knew exactly when he would arrive. This meant only one thing: there was a traitor inside London's security system. With just 10 minutes left before reaching safety, new threats appeared. Snipers were spotted on nearby rooftops, enemy missiles locked onto their aircraft. Mike ordered the pilot to deploy countermeasures. The flares intercepted the first missile, but more attacks followed. With no weapons left, the escort helicopter used its own body to block a strike. Another missile closed in. Mike calmly told the president, "Mr. President, we're going to take a hit. Brace for impact." At the final moment, Mike activated the emergency airbag system. The aircraft crash-landed, but they survived. With communications destroyed, Mike and the president escaped on foot. Soon after, a weapons dealer contacted them and admitted he was behind the entire operation. Years earlier, the president had authorized an airstrike that killed civilians attending the man's daughter's wedding. He spent 2 years planning his revenge. Mike soon realized the attackers weren't real police officers. Their weapons and gear were far too advanced. Without inside help, this operation would have been impossible. To protect the president, Mike decided to move him to an MI6 safe house. Using satellite tracking, the Pentagon identified Mike's coded hand signals and confirmed his location. Because London was filled with disguised enemies, authorities triggered emergency air raid alarms, forcing civilians indoors while special forces began clearing the streets. At the safe house, the vice president sent an extraction plan and verified it. Using personal details only Mike would recognize, but when the rescue team arrived, Mike immediately sensed something was wrong. Their equipment was spotless. No sweat. No fatigue. They were imposters, working together. Mike and the president eliminated the fake team. Further investigation led authorities to a suspicious construction site with unusually high power usage, believed to be the enemy's command center. Before Mike could reach it, terrorists captured the president. Without hesitation, Mike led an assault on the headquarters. Just as the president was about to be executed, Mike arrived in time and saved him. Surrounded by enemies, Mike ordered the gas pipeline destroyed. A massive explosion erupted. In the chaos, Mike and the president escaped through an elevator shaft. Meanwhile, MI6 uncovered the internal traitor. When bribery failed, the mole attempted to attack, but was stopped first. At the same time, the weapons dealer received a call from the vice president. He was told to look up at the sky. The movie ends here. Thanks for your watching. Leave your comments below and don't forget to subscribe for more videos like this. Turn on the notification, and leave a like to help the channel out.